that Lisowski showed, but of course that was yesterday, and today is a new day.
Well, Chris Wakelin full.
Leonov leaves this red on. The head-to-head between them is 3-0 to Lisowski, but they're very similar age, so they would have played a lot, I'm sure, on the junior circuit as well, coming through.
He certainly played well to beat Sean Murphy, as you pointed out. And you know, Murphy, well, he has been in good, seemingly good form. He was in his previous match. Murphy used 2 different cues in that match, which I'm sure it will give your opponent a massive boost. I think even Wakelin said that afterwards, because no one's ever done it successfully. Change cues mid-match. Anyway, here he is. That's a couple of rounds back. Table has been recovered. It looks fairly quick, judging by that last shot. I think he's on one. He can go into them with pace, but he's enough on it just to nudge red on. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, we really are down now to one table. This arena with an audience on the 3 sides.
4.
A reminder of how serious it's become. He actually said in the interview that dreaming of playing in this sort of environment. He's been playing snooker since he was 6 years of age. Started playing in junior events at 10, so a lot of snooker under his belt already. You can see people in the upper tier as well, here at the waterfront. All eyes on these two.
11.
Of course, he's the only right-hander, isn't he, left in the tournament. This tournament's only ever been won by left-handed players.
Well, he would certainly need to start this match with a bang, I feel, the way that his opponent had sauntered through all of these rounds, just losing 1 frame in every match, as we've said.
20.
He's a very correct player, Wakelin. When he's in, you know, he's very orthodox. I'm going to say predictable, but that would not be a compliment. It sort of does things the way that other players, top players, do them. Maybe the grounding with Mark Slby that Jimmy White spoke about is a reason. You know, completely percentage calls on most shots. Can't fault anyone that plays the game as it should be played. Another lovely cannon.
Yes, and of course he has the confidence of having won a tournament. Shootout's not easy to win. It's a rather frenetic environment. He won the final in a single visit of 119, the highest break of the whole event.
20.
And if he wins this match, he's guaranteed to be in the Champion of Champions, which is a very prestigious tournament coming up next month. Because Judd Trump and Barry Hawkins, they're both already qualified.
$35. $36.
Tiny bit straight on this. He has got that red to the right, which you can just back to where it is now and have the comfortable shot at the red. No, it isn't bad. There he is.
41. Forty-two.
I think you can play on the red to the opposite corner to the black here.
$50.
And now what does he do? Just a question of playing on the loose red or nudging the half a dozen is not the worst thing.
For those just joining us, this is the first semi-final of the Northern Ireland Open. Chris Wakelin against Jack Lisowski, and quite a key moment for Wakelin trying to kill this frame off.
Yeah, and he hasn't quite done it, has he?
57.
Base of that shot. He looked at it for a long time, didn't know exactly how to go about getting onto a red. Well, he's on something. Now, this is a long way from ball to ball. Sure, he'll take it on, but it could be missed, this.
Chris Wakelin, 57.
Maybe lucky. Don't know if he's left anything to the middle. I think there was a red that went to the middle. Safety shot. He has left a long red, which I suppose Jack is interested in, but it's not an easy one, this. Long way between cue ball and object ball on it. Well, they're very difficult. It's almost like the crowd groan as if he's missed a sitter, but of course it wasn't one of those.
Yeah, he's pushed the blue safe, which is not in his favour, obviously, 61 behind. It was really, might have got away with it but for that, but that let Wakelin in to get the lead in this frame with the 57 break. And that red's gone in.
1.
I think a year ago, if this had been the match, Lisowski would have been a big favourite, actually, but obviously Wakelin is now in his best ever ranking. He's won a tournament. He is dangerous.
Chris Wakelin, 1.
Chris Wakelin's won the opening frame pretty emphatically in the end.
Yeah, I mean, his style is going to be, he's going to have to just keep Jack at bay, isn't he, and keep him out, because his long game has been very good this week, and his short game as well, so he's just got to take the sting out of things. That first frame was a typical way of doing so, I think, against Lisowski. Long way to go. Wakelin has made a good start. Lisowski hasn't really started at all yet.
Yeah, and it just feels like an important match. Now the arena's been reconfigured, of course the second table taken out. So all eyes really on these two. There's so much snooker that gets played, you know, in the best of sevens. It's non-stop, late nights, but obviously when you get down to today, the prize is within sight.
And try to get him behind the brand, of course. But even then, it's another well-weighted shot. You know, he is an excellent match player, as I mentioned earlier, Wakelin, and we're seeing it in these early stages, giving away chances. Oh, that's just unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. Did he play through the gap as well? Incredible pot, and so controlled. That's a difficult play.
Jack Lisowski.
Yeah, it was a hard shot, that. I mean, he probably deserved to be behind the black better after such a fantastic red. That was not an easy shot.
Well, it was thin.
He lost, but today could be the day when he might have to really roll his sleeves up if he's going to get the job done. Right now, getting a frame on the board is the first thing he should be considering, not much else. Get ahead of himself. Getting an angle on the blue might be the way into the bunch here.
I remember he came over, Neil, to one year when one of the years Trump was in the final. Actually came over to support him. So he may well be, tomorrow he'll be playing him. We'll see.
8.
Well, a lot's made of the friendship aspect of the times he's lost to him in finals, 3 of them. But in snooker, you know, there's always somebody you're really good pals with who you have to play. It's not really any different to anyone else has had to go through. I always think of course, Jordan Brown was at the Ali Pali when Mark Allen won. They're great pals. And of course, they've had to play since then. I think they played at the UK last year. Anyway, not quite right on the blue this time. No angle to get near the reds.
I saw him straight afterwards and just said, well done. And he said, oh, I threw that match away. And I said, Jack, you won it. He actually won the match. And you've got to really be positive about how well you're doing, how well you're playing.
True, and that pumped. He wasn't excited. He was just very polite to everyone as ever. Yes, that's how he operates.
Yeah, I mean, he's not at all big-headed, but sometimes actually a little bit of that does help in sport. But he is who he is. He's very popular with snooker fans and a lot of people willing him to win a title here this weekend.
15.
Right, I don't know if he's got any plans of going into the bunch, but they could hardly be shaped worse, sending the cue ball down the table and hit the reds. He had to hit that bottom red, or else the cue ball was just going to whiz over to a side cushion or down the table. Is he on that one? Left-hand side, I think, to make the angle happen. I think it's partly obscured by the other red, unless he uses side.
Black ball.
Yeah, he's definitely vastly improved in that area, and also he's a lot more comfortable in general on the main table. It's like the sort of the world's longest jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? The pieces are finally coming together. So he's in control of this frame at the moment, 44-0.
That's what he's trying to do. Maybe that red, well, certainly he's available. Oh, it's a magnificent shot. And that's unbelievable. I couldn't work out what sort of thin contact he was trying to make, but it's not really a natural, you know, to go up and down. It's the red could end up at the other end of the table as well. Well, some of the long pots he knocks in are quite something. There is an argument. He's as good as anybody at long range now. Certainly on recent form anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Wakelin seemed to have played a good safety, didn't he? But Lisowski gets second chance to win this frame. This is a venue where a few careers have been turned around, haven't they, Mark?
Yeah.
Again, that was well played. It really was, to the inch.
15. 21.
He's just got to win them the way you can. He knocked in a couple of terrific balls at long range.
22.
We're in for a good match here. Both playing well, as you'd expect of semi-finalists.
Yeah, it's a terrific lineup, isn't it? You know, I mean, the week started with all sorts of talk about the people that were indeed a memorable climax to this Northern Ireland Open. Just looks confident.
34.
He hasn't always been on the main stage, but he is right now, looking to reach his
36.
first final since early 2021. It has been a while.
$39. $43. $48.
Really got into it. It's pretty breathtaking, and he's gone on to make a lovely break here to take the frame out. So Chris Wakelin, Lisowski's responded in kind in the second with that 61 clearance, all square in Belfast, one each.